Welcome to Yoga Stretch. My name is Katy. Today we're going to talk about yoga mudras and particularly hand gestures. Now generally hand gestures are used for meditation and breath awareness. But today we're going to explore using our hands and gestures with our yoga movements. So there are 5 gestures, and the first one is the thumb and index finger, index finger, and this is the mudra for universal consciousness, individual consciousness, and creativity and knowledge. So the second one is stability, discipline, and so on. And the third one is balance, and this is also balancing our thoughts. The fourth one is communications, and the fifth one is the little finger and the ring finger together, and that's for energy. Then we have one hand on top of the other, and that's to assist us in our meditation. And the last one is prayer at chest. And this is for love and gratitude, honor and respect. So let's include all of those today. Let's take a lying down position. Okay, so now we're in a lying position. We want to make sure the shoulder blades are flat. So let's press the elbows in the floor, lift the shoulder blades up, hug them together, and place the shoulder blades down. So shoulder blades draw downwards and inwards, place them down, and just bring your hands by your sides. Lift your head up, tuck your chin in, lengthen through the back of the neck, and roll your feet outwards. Now I want you to take your thumb and index finger together, relax the other fingers. Now let's just take that first yoga mudra hand gesture position to stimulate our brain. So using these different gestures helps to stimulate different parts of our body, different parts of the brain. So let's make sure we do them today. So this is individual consciousness, creativity and knowledge. Start to focus on your breath. Breathe into your rib cage. Start to breathe into your belly. Bring that breath a little deeper into your body. Right, we're going to release our hands now and point the toes away from the body. Lift the arms up over the head. Breathe in. Draw the shoulders down. Let the ribs lift up. The back can lift up off the floor. Nice big reach. Stretch. Reach to the over your head and away from your hips. And breathe out. Bring your toes forward. Bring the hands down to the sides as we breathe out. Breathe in. Point the toes away. Arms overhead. Nice big stretch. And breathe out. Let's lower the hands down. And again, deep breath in. Bring the arms over the head. And then breathe out, hands by the sides. Okay, we're going to walk our feet into the end position. And bring your arms into a T position. And let's lower the knees. First of all, bring them to your chest, one at a time. And let's just hold those knees for a moment. So let's just rest the hands down onto the knees, relax the arms, and just lift those hips up. Just give your knees a little press, lift the hips up, lower them down. So we've lengthened through our lower spine. Now bring your arms into a T position for a twist. So lower the knees to one side. Make sure your shoulder blades are flat on the floor. Turn your head to the opposite direction. Take your hand on your knee and see if your knees match. Now if they don't, just move the top hip forward to assist in a little bit more of a stretch around the hip and a little bit more of a twist through the rib cage. Just take 3 breaths into the chest. Now let's extend the top leg Take 3 more breaths. Then extend the bottom leg and see if you can stack your feet up. So bring your toes forward and just stack your feet up. So hopefully the heels match, the knees match, the hips match. That means you've got your hip twisted up to the ceiling. So if you can't quite make it, that's okay. Shoulder blades are on the floor. And we've got that hand, same hand as leg. And we're just going to rest our hand on top of the legs. You can also move one foot forward and hold the big toe. So it just depends on how stretchy you are. Don't worry if you can't reach the hand to the toe. It doesn't really matter. All right, let's bend the knees, lift them back up to the ceiling, and we're going to lower them down to the other side. Turn your head the opposite way and take the hand nearest the opposite knee and just pop it on top and see if we can get the feet flexed and stacked. Beautiful. Breathe around the hip and the ribs. Now extend the top leg. Right, beautiful. And feel that nice stretch around the hip. For some of you, you're going to feel these stretches a little bit more than others. Some people are quite flexible and won't feel quite so many stretches. But that's okay too. You're keeping your muscles mobile. Okay, and extend the other leg. And the nice stretchy people, you can bring your leg forward, hold your big toe. Keep breathing. And one more breath. And then let's bend those knees, lift them back up to the ceiling. And let's give those knees a nice little hug. Draw circles with the knees. Draw the circles the opposite way. Bring your head to your knees and drop your shoulders down. Tighten your tummy and draw it downwards. So nice soft shoulders. That's it, chin to chest. All right, let's lower our feet down and bring the hands to the sides. We've got a ramp position, so line your heels up with your hips and place them directly under your knees. Okay, so let's breathe into the belly, breathe out, draw your navel down to your spine and rock the bottom of the hips forward. So your lower back is on the floor. Let's try that little pelvic rock again. So breathe in, lifting up through the belly, breathe out, navel to spine, press that lower back to the floor again, and then start to squeeze in the bottom part of your buttocks and peel the vertebrae off the floor, just one at a time. So let's peel off the floor, give your butt an extra little squeeze as you lift your hips up. Now toe heel your feet, just 1, 2 toe heel towards each other, so they're close to each other, but they don't need to be next to each other. Okay, so lift one knee up, keep the tummy firm, lift the leg up to the ceiling. Try to keep your hips nice and even. If you do find this quite challenging, then just keep your foot on the floor. All right, now let's keep that leg lifted. We're going to breathe in, lift the hips up a bit higher, breathe out, tighten the tummy, and start to roll your vertebrae down one at a time, rounding out the lower back. Keep the leg lifted if you can. Okay, we're going to breathe into the belly, breathe out, navel to spine, start to peel your vertebrae off the floor, lifting up nice and high. That's it, beautiful. Now let's bend the knee and place the foot down on the floor. We're going to do that on the other side now. So lift your knee up, extend it to the ceiling, check the hips haven't dropped. Let's lift them up again. Breathe into the belly, breathe out, roll down one vertebrae at a time, tighten the tummy, round the back out, and let the hips resettle. So your lower back may be lifted now. Let's breathe into the belly, breathe out, navel to spine, tilt the bottom of the hips forward. Let's peel the vertebrae off the floor and lift it up. That's it, beautiful. Nice work. Let's bend the knee and place the foot down. Lift the hips up again. Beautiful. Let's breathe into the belly and breathe out. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Just go easily. Just one vertebrae at a time, rounding the back out. Beautiful work. Now this time we're going to lift up one leg. So you're going to take the hands behind the thigh, or you can bring your hands above your knee or towards your ankle. If you're very stretchy, hold your big toe. This leg can stay in this end position, or you can extend the leg, tighten the tummy and draw it down though. Shoulders head towards hips. Try to flatten the back down on the mat. And let's pause here for a few breaths. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to lower that leg out to the side. So I just want you to take your opposite hand out and then lower that leg down just gradually. You want to give your time for the inner thigh to get that stretch. So let's keep the hips firmly on the floor and lower the leg down just as wide as it wants to go. So if your leg is nice and long, perfect, you might like to hold your big toe if you're lovely and flexible. Otherwise, just take your hand under your leg and hold it in that position. You want to have both hips flat on the floor. You don't want any hips lifted in this particular position. Now let's lift that leg up to the ceiling and we're going to lower it down with our opposite hand. So nice and carefully, bring the opposite hand out so you can keep your shoulder blades on the floor and guide this leg down. It doesn't matter where the leg is. Your hip will be lifted. You just want to guide that leg down. Just gently down, nice and evenly. That's it, beautiful. So wherever that leg goes is fine. Again, if you can hold your big toe, or if you're a little bit more flexible, feel free to just go and do a slightly higher option. Now let's lift that leg back up to the ceiling. Tighten your tummy to lift that leg up. We've got half a happy baby. So let's bend the knee. And we're going to hold the back of the knee, bring it as wide as the hip. Now you can keep your hand in this first level position or hold the ankle or take your hand on the outer edge of the foot. And we're going to lower that knee down to the side of our body. Now I want you to drop your shoulders down away from your ears so you're nice and soft around the neck and shoulders. And let's breathe. You can bring your arm out to the side if it helps balance you a little bit more. Breathe into the belly. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to bring the opposite leg to the end position and take our foot and place the ankle on the knee. Now I want you to flex that foot and that helps look after the knee. Take the same hand as the knee and push it away. So you're looking to straighten your hips. So if you do find your hips twist when you do that, I want you to straighten your hips and just place your hand and push only to the point where your hips are straight. Level 2, hands behind the thigh and lift your opposite foot up. So just pausing here for a moment. Now keep your spine on the floor, navel drawn downwards, shoulders head towards hips, chin is slightly tucked in. Take 3 breaths. All right, let's try all of that to the other side. So placing your foot down. Now let's lift the opposite leg up. Hands behind the thigh, or your hands above your knee. Perhaps hold your ankle or your big toe. Shoulders soft and downwards. You can extend your opposite leg and tighten your tummy. Make sure your waist is drawn down and you bring your arm a little bit up to the side. So we should be feeling that stretch in the back of the thigh, the upper leg. Now let's take the hand on the outer edge of the leg and guide it down, just nice and slowly. Remember this side, we have to keep both hips on the floor. So let's just lower the leg down, get that inner thigh stretched, tighten the tummy. Can we feel that? Beautiful. Let's keep going. Just a little bit more. Nice work. And have the opposite hand out to the side, your opposite foot rotated outwards to counterbalance the weight of that leg. Again, if you can hold your big toe, feel free to do that. Now let's lift the leg up to the ceiling and lower the leg down to the other side. Bring your opposite hand out to the side and lower the leg down. So we're just taking it easy. We're just going to take our time. The hip will be lifted and just gradually let your foot head towards the floor. You're looking for the stretch in the outer edge of the hip and on the outside edge of the leg. Okay, let's slowly start to lift that leg up. We're coming into our happy baby position. So let's bend the knee, hand behind the thigh. And you can also come up to that second position or the third level, hand on the foot. Shoulders relaxed and down, knee outside on the side of the hip. Draw the knee down a little forward, a little further, just by relaxing the shoulders. Now the opposite hand can be out to the opposite side. You can rotate your opposite foot outwards if you want to as well. Now with your opposite leg, we're going to bring that to the end position and take the ankle on the knee. We've got our pigeon hip stretch again. So same hand as knee, let's push that knee away, straightening up the hips. Keep the tummy firm, shoulders drawn down, spine is on the floor, chin is slightly tucked in to lengthen the back of the neck. Stay in this position, flex your foot. Level 2, hands behind the opposite thigh and lift your foot up, your opposite foot up. Now we're going to bring those knees and reach them up to the ceiling. Lift your hips up, lower them down, tighten the tummy. Now lengthen through the legs. Push through the heels. And that will stretch the backs of the legs. Knees can be bent, or you can lengthen your legs, rotate your feet outwards a little bit, heels together, tummy firmly down. Okay, now we're going to lower one leg at a time. Now you can leave your arms by your sides or bring them over your head, hold your elbows. Okay, so let's tighten the tummy, reach the legs up, breathe in and breathe out. Lower one leg down, 1, 2 and 3, just hovering above the floor. Lift it up, 1, 2 and 3. Lower the other leg down. Okay, 1, 2 and 3, lift up, 1, 2 and 3. Nice work. Change the cross of your elbows. So change your arms around so you're holding your elbows differently. Nice firm waist. 2 legs this time. I won't be lowering mine too low, but you can lower them just to hovering above the floor. So let's breathe in and breathe out. 1, 2 and 3. Almost got there. Lift. 2 and 3. Nice work. Bring the knees to the chest again. And let's just draw circles with the knees so we're massaging our lower back. And then back around the other way. Okay, so let's take the hands behind the knees, chin to chest. Now, we're going to rock forwards and backwards, so just tap your toes down and then roll back, chin to chest, and we're gently going to roll. If you don't wish to roll, you can just stay in a seated position. All right, now we're going to do one more, and on the last one, we're going to end up in a boat pose. So try and finish in the boat. That's it, did we manage to do that? Lift up your chest, draw your shoulder blades downwards, hug your shoulder blades a little together. If you can, now if the leg position's your legs are too heavy, you can tap your toes to the floor. If your legs feel nice and light, you can extend your legs up in a nice diagonal. I'm going to keep a little bend in my knees. Let's release the legs, extend the arms forward. Hang on to them if you need to. Shoulders are down, chest lifted. Let's lift that chin just a little. Can you breathe? Now let's open the arms wide and then bring the hands above the head And then cross your ankles, roll forward onto your hands and knees. Otherwise, just legs come out to the sides. Now we're going to lay on our front. We're going to bring our arms to our sides. So you can place your chin. So you can place your chin on the floor, or you can tuck your chin and place your forehead down. Now, the added advantage of extending the back of your neck is you're stretching your neck muscles. Now let's press, pull the tummy up, navel draws up, hips press down, so pubic bone presses down, and the bottom of the buttocks does a little squeeze. So there's a slight tilt in my hips when I do that, so we're looking to do that. Now just rest your hands one at a time on your buttocks. Now we're going to lift our head and our chest only. So lift your head and chest up. You can look forward, or you can keep your chin tucked in and some length in the back of the neck. Now, if you can lift your hands up off your hips, do. See if you can link your fingers and press the palms together. Now, I want you to reach your clasped hands towards your feet. You can do this without your hands clasped. You can just have your hands apart. Okay, let's press the palms together. Reach towards the feet, and that will help lift our chest up. So let's pause here for 3 breaths. And then bring yourself down to the floor and turn your head one side. Pause and rest. You can release your hands if you want to, or just keep them on your buttocks. We're going to do that again, but a full locust this time. So onto chin or forehead. Now let's lift up our chest and our head. Squeeze your buttocks together and lift your legs up. Stretch your toes out. Then lift your hands above your hips. Press your palms together. Reach towards your feet. We're going to add a twist. So look towards me, rotate your torso. Your hands will move across your body like a rudder. And then look forward, breathe out, look to the other side. Breathe in back to center, breathe out, twist. That's it, breathe into center, breathe out and twist. Breathe into center, lower your legs down, lower your arms down, and turn your head the opposite way to rest. Now let's bring our hands under our chest, lifting up into a cobra. Then just bring your toes together, knees wide, and let's take a nice stretch in child's pose. So extend your arms forward. Slide the shoulders towards the hips and pull the tummy up. So we try to get the hips on the heels. It might take a little bit of practice, but if you just slide your hands a little bit closer to your knees, but keep your shoulders away from the ears, the pressure of your palms on the mat pushing will mean you can sit a little deeper into your child's pose. Elbows can be lifted or on the floor if that's uncomfortable for shoulders. All right. Now let's lift up into a cat and then a down dog. Tuck toes under, lift the hips up. Now, since it's our first down dog, we're going to just walk our heels up and down and stretch the ankles and calves. Lower both heels towards the floor now. Draw the navel to spine. Lift your hips a bit higher. Slide your shoulder blades to your hips. And then bring your chest closer to your thighs. So you're going to feel a nice big stretch in the backs of legs. Shoulder blades should be flat and comfortable, and we should be working into our upper arms. Let's start to move our head forward and backward in a yes movement. And then move the head side to side in a no movement. Okay, so take 3 breaths into your rib cage. Try to expand your whole rib cage out like a barrel. So you're breathing into the front of your ribs, the back of your ribs, and the sides all at once. Let's do that one more time. Step your feet together and lift your right leg up. Keep 5 toes pointing at the floor, don't rotate your foot. Pull your tummy up, lift your hips and bring your chest closer to your thighs. That will lift your leg up higher. Lunge the foot between your hands. Try to land that foot down lightly. Lower the knee down, flatten the top of the foot. Make sure your ankle and knee are lined up. Take your hand inside the foot and heel toe your foot just that little bit wider. You can slide your left knee back if that gives you a bigger hip stretch. Bend your elbows or come down onto elbows to give your hips a big stretch. Chin to chest, crown of head to floor. Okay, let's relax here. Try to relax your neck and shoulders. Take 3 big breaths right down into the hips, into the belly and the lower back, and that will put pressure onto your inner thighs and help them stretch. Okay, lifting up. Alright, so we're going to take our hand outside the foot and toe heel the foot back in line with the hip. Now let's take our left hand next to our right foot. Now you can leave it where it is for a lunge twist, or you can have it next to your foot to destabilize you a little bit more. Let's open the hand up to the ceiling and see how our balance is. Now we're taking the top hand down, place it on the outside of our foot and lift the other hand up. Okay, let's lower that hand down and we're going to tuck the toe under, lift the knee up. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Your back heel is pointing behind you and your toes pointing forward. Then, if you can, sweep your arms and lift them up. Roll the shoulders back and draw them downwards. Stretch your fingers apart. If you can, lean back a bit further. Bring your arms past or in line with your ears. You can even have your palms together and gaze between your palms if your balance is good. Breathe into the belly. Now breathe in, breathe out. Bring your elbow to your knee, palm up, close it into a fist. Level 1 is your hand is going on your hip. Shoulders down, tummy firm. For those who can, you're going to slide your elbow forward for level 2 prayer twist. Press the knee into the elbow and the elbow into the knee. Take 3 breaths here. Okay, let's breathe in, reach the arms up, and then we're going to take one hand down, so rotate your right palm out and lower the arm down to the side. Now with the left hand, we're going to lean to the side. Can you feel that big stretch around your ribs and your hip? Shoulders are drawn downwards. You can gaze under your arm or just pick another position for your head that's comfortable. So let's breathe into the side of our ribs. This is a lovely balance. And then bring your arm up again and lift the other arm up. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands to the floor, front foot back, down dog. Let's do that again. Okay, step your feet together. Lift your left leg up, 3-leg dog, 5 toes point to the floor. Bring your chest towards your thigh. And then lunge your foot between your hands nice and lightly and lower the back knee down. Flatten the top of the foot, line the ankle up with the knee and hand inside the foot, toe heel your foot a bit wider. Let's bend the elbows or bring the elbows to the floor if you've got enough stretch in the hips. Then chin to chest, crown of head to floor. Relax your neck and shoulders and let's take 3 breaths here. Breathe right into the hip. Make sure you're breathing into the belly to get into the hip. Okay, and lifting up. Take your hand outside your foot, toe heel your foot back in line with your hip. And keeping your right hand where it is, or bring it next to your left foot for a little bit of a twist challenge, and then lift the hand up. So this is just a little bit more unstable. See if you can manage. Big breaths here, right down to the belly. Okay, take that hand outside the foot now, next to the foot, lift the other hand up. Big stretch around the chest. And then lower your hand down. Beautiful. Now tuck the back toe under, lift the knee. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, and when you're nice and balanced, sweep the arms back, lift them up. Roll the shoulders back, draw them downwards, stretch your fingers apart, lift your chin if you can, and float your palms together if it's comfortable for your shoulders. Gaze between the palms for a balanced challenge. Okay, let's breathe in and breathe out. Bring your elbow to your knee. Palm up. You can go to level 1, closing your hand into a fist, other hand on hip. Remember to draw the shoulders right down away from the ears and pull the tummy in. You can stay here or join me with level 2 by sliding your elbow forward, hands to chest in prayer. Big breaths around the rib cage as much as you can, and remember to press the elbow into the knee and the knee into the elbow. Okay, breathe in, reach your arms up, breathe out, rotate the left hand out, float it down to your side, and then bring your right arm up and over. Now lifting up, and we're going to sweep our arms up, hands down to floor, front foot back into down dog. And now just take a little rock from side to side and then walk your feet up towards your hands. And let's just make sure the heels are directly under your hips. Hold your elbows, bent knees, move the body weight forward in your feet from middle foot to the toes. Let the upper body hang down. So the upper body hangs looser if you can get out of your heels and into the fronts of your feet. Chin to chest, and just move your elbows from side to side nice and gently. Okay, hands on shins, and we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Slide the hands up the legs, tighten the tummy, start to move the hips forward, roll the shoulders right up to ears, back and down. Okay, beautiful. Give yourselves a little shake. And now we're going to do 2 rounds of sun salute just to loosen our body up after all of that. So standing forward on the mat, bring those feet together, just slightly apart so the bones don't touch. Lift the toes up, spread them out and place them down. Lift the shoulders to ears, roll back and draw them downwards. And then tuck the tummy in, little tummy tuck. Squeeze the buttocks and the hips come forward slightly. Slight pelvic tilt to keep the hips straight. Okay, lift shoulders to ears, roll them back and draw them downwards. And let's stretch our fingers apart and reach them to the floor. Take 3 big breaths into the rib cage. Now remember, chin needs to be parallel to the floor. And shoulders downwards and towards each other. Okay, deep breath in, sun salute. Lifting the hands up, palms together. In our hand mudra, this is love and gratitude. Squeeze your buttocks, push your hips forward, and bring your thumbs to the forehead and let the thumbs travel down the body line, continuing with our mudra, our prayer mudra forward fold. So we've got our chest to our thighs, crown of head to floor, flat back. Lengthen through the backs of the legs, tighten the tummy, lift the hips, hands on shins. Try not to lock your knees. Weight forward in the feet. Shoulders head towards hips, tummy lifted. Beautiful. And forward fold, chest to thighs. Okay, we're going to step back, right foot, left foot, plank. Let's pause in plank for a moment because it builds up our upper body strength. So draw your navel up a little bit, squeeze the bottom part of your buttocks, shoulders head towards hips and look in front of your fingers. If you need to put your knees on the floor, just pop them down. Take 3 breaths. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Let's plank to the floor. You can pop your knees down first. Breathe in, cobra. Push your heels of hands. Draw your shoulders downwards. Keep your buttocks firm. Tuck toes under. Lift the hips up now. Let's pause here. Take a nice stretch in the back. Beautiful. And let's crouch. Look between the thumbs. And step the right foot forward, left foot forward, forward fold. And then flat back. Lengthen through the spine. Breathe out, forward fold. Let's breathe in, sun salute, lift up. Bring those hands back to that prayer. One of our hand gestures or mudras. Squeeze the buttocks, push the hips forwards. Just a gentle back bend and then bring the thumbs to follow the body line. Back to prayer at chest. Remember, this is our love and gratitude, honour and respect position. Let's start again. Sun salute. And breathe out. Forward fold this time. Flat back. Forward fold. Step back left foot, then right foot into plank. This time we're just going to do some little bit of pumping with our arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Heading down to the floor. Breathe in, cobra. Breathe out, down dog. Okay, and we're going to crouch, look between the thumbs, step left foot, then the right foot forward, forward fold. Flat back, lengthen, breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, sun salute, let's lift up. Big stretch back into our prayer mudra and breathe out. Bring the hands back down to the chest. Take 3 breaths. Pausing for a moment in our prayer mudra. Beautiful. Give yourselves a shake. All right, now we're going to do some balancing. So just for those people who need to take lower options, I'll demonstrate those first. So we're going to roll our foot forward, make sure your hips stay even. Knee out to side, tightening the tummy, squeezing the buttocks. Now your foot can stay on the floor, or you can bring it up to your 2nd level or 3rd level, or join me in a half lotus tree pose. That means you're going to rotate your foot, bring your knee down to the floor. For those who are quite balanced, bring your arm behind your back. We're going to do this together in a moment. And then we're going to release our arm and we're coming into the 2nd finger position, which is the thumb and middle finger, and that will be our gesture of stability, patience and discipline. All right, so let's do that together. All right, so roll your right foot forward, tighten the tummy. And then we're going to bring the knee out to the side. Now give your buttocks a little squeeze and lift your chest up so your spine lengthens. Pick your position for your foot, whichever position works for you. If you're going to join me in a half lotus tree pose, then put your foot in position. Take your hand behind your back and just hold your elbow for a moment as we stabilize. Shoulders are drawn down, tummy is drawn in. Now let's float our hand from our back and let's take the thumb and the middle finger and rest the back of the hand on the thigh. Let's breathe. So this is stability, patience, perseverance. And then release that foot, kick it forward, place the foot down. Take a little walk with your feet and we're going to do that to the other side. Roll your foot forward, knee to the side, tummy in, little tail tuck under, chest lifted. Pick the foot position you chose for your first leg. And take your hand behind your back, holding your arm if you can reach. So we should be nice and stable now. So let's go into that hand mudra again, where we're bringing the thumb to the middle finger, resting the hand lightly on the thigh. 3 breaths here. Beautiful. Let's release the foot, kick it forward, flat that foot down. Okay, lovely. Take a little walk to release the hips. Now, the next one, I'll show you the modification, the lower levels first. This one, you can roll your foot forward, lift the knee up, flex the foot, and just take your hands behind your knee. Now, the second position is we're going to bring the knee across the body and then bring the hand out to the side. Now, when we bring our hand out to the side, we're going to bring our thumb to our ring finger, which is our hand mudra or gesture of balance. So let's release. We can do that with an extended leg for level 2. Let's try that together. So let's roll the right foot forward, tighten the tummy. Now we're going to lift that knee up. You can flex your foot and hold behind the thigh. Level 1. Level 2, you're going to reach your big toe with your index and middle finger, or hold your foot. Extend the leg forward and bring the arm out to the side, shoulders down, tummy in. Now, arm should be a little lower than the shoulder. Let's go straight into that mudra. In this position, the hand gesture, holding the ring finger with the thumb. Now we're going to take the hand that's out, the extended hand, hold the outside of the foot, bring the leg across the other way. Now we're going to take the ring finger and the thumb and join it together. Okay, beautiful. Nice stretch around the hip. Okay, lovely. Let's lower that hand down and release that foot down. We're going to do that to the other side. Okay, roll your left foot forward and lift the knee up. Tighten the tummy, hands behind the thigh. Flex your foot. If you're joining me for level 2, you're going to reach your big toe with index and middle finger, or hold your foot, and then extend your leg forward, arm out to side, shoulders down, tummy in. Thumb to ring finger, back into our mudra, hand gesture. And let's take the hand outside the foot. Take the opposite hand out to the side. That's it. Come back to that mudra of balance. We're balancing our positive, negative energy. And then release. Let's lower that foot down. Nice work. Did you feel a little bit more balanced and stable in your postures? Hopefully you did. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of standing strength. So I'm going to turn sideways again. And we're just going to soften the knees. Lift the right foot up and extend that leg back. Lower the heel down. And straighten your front leg. You're going to rotate your hips sideways. Chest and hips sideways. Legs at least 1 metre apart. And front foot pointing forward, back foot at 45 degrees. Lift your arms up to shoulder height. Lower the shoulders down. Pull your tummy in. Little squeeze in your buttocks. Now we're going to breathe in, reach forward as far as you can. Do try this. Push the hips back. Get the stretch on the inner thigh. And keep reaching forward. Then windmill your hands into position. Now, keep the tummy tight and buttocks firm. Shoulders away from the ears. Okay, let's keep breathing. stretching around the top ribs and around the hip. We're going to bend the front knee now and lift the left hand up into Proud Warrior, lowering the back hand down. Now shoulders are down comfortably. I want you to take your thumb and little finger and join it together in our mudra hand gesture. This is communication. We want to improve our communication, so let's just touch that finger, little finger and thumb lightly together. Take 3 big breaths down to the belly. Okay, lovely. Now lower the hand down to your hip and straighten your front leg. Let's toe heel our back foot forward and then rotate your hips. So you want to make sure your hips are nice and straight for our head to knee pose and pyramid. All right, shoulders are down, hug the shoulder blades together. Breathe in, breathe out. Start bending forwards. Feel the stretch in the back of that front leg. Staying just with a flat back into a pyramid, or you can go into head to knee pose with hands on shins, hands to floor, chin to chest, and let the head hang down. Let's take some big breaths here. Okay, let's bend the front knee, step the back foot next to the front foot. Hands on shins, breathe in, breathe out. Slide your hands up your legs, roll the shoulders back and down. Let's place the hands on the hips again. Tighten the tummy, bend the knees. This time we're lifting our left foot up and lunge it back. You can take the balance or just step back quickly. Lower the foot down, straighten the front leg. And rotate the hips to the front. All right, lift the arms up into a T position, just a little lower the shoulder, with the arms a little bit lower than shoulders, so the back can hold your arms up. Now, tighten the tummy, little squeeze in the buttocks, and then start to reach. Reach. Can you feel the inner thighs stretching? Reach a little bit further, and then windmill your arms into position. So tighten the tummy, shoulders away from ears. Let's get our arms into a T position. Now, I don't mind if you can't reach the floor. Just hand on shin, something along those lines. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's bend the front knee, float the back hand down, lift the front arm up, Proud Warrior. Now we're coming back to our hand mudra. So, little finger to thumb, encouraging our communications. Breathe into the belly. Now float that hand down to your hip, straighten the front leg. All right, beautiful. We're going to heel toe our back foot a little bit forward, rotate the hips forwards. And we're going to breathe in. Drop the shoulder blades down and hug them together. Chest nice and open. Breathe in, breathe out. Start to bend forward, just a third of the way or half the way down with the hips nice and even. If you'd like to go a little deeper, pull your tummy in, round your back out. Hands to shin or hands to floor and head to knee. Breathe into your back. Now walk your hands around to face me. Pivot your feet so they're parallel. You can heel toe them a bit wider. And we're just going to bend forward. Just hold your elbows. You can place your elbows on the floor if you're very stretching your head down. Otherwise, you're just going to hang down nice and loosely. Body weight forward in the feet. So you want to pull your tummy in, lift the navel to spine and lift the hips a bit higher to get a bigger stretch in the backs of the legs. Breathe into your back. Okay, and then let's release the arms, place the hands down, and we're going to just toe heel our feet inwards And then come into a squat if you can, otherwise sit down in a butterfly pose. All right, we're going to lift up nice and tall, but rather than have our hands in our prayer mudra, we're going to hold the little finger and ring finger, so that your ring finger and your little finger together with the thumb. Okay, so we're going to press the elbows out and just have the hands up. So if you can, you'll probably see the back of my hands. Perhaps I'll lower them down a little bit so you can see them. Tummy is in, shoulders are down. My elbows are inside my knees to help push the knees a little bit wider. And you can extend those hands down to the floor and just letting the fingers touch down. Okay, and let's release. Take a seat. I'm going to turn sideways. Bring my hands behind the knees, breathe in, nice and tall, breathe out, tighten the tummy and start to walk the hands down the backs of the legs. And let's take a lying down position. Now let's walk the knees to the chest one at a time. Now link your fingers, palms on knees, and just press the knees down to the chest so the lower back lifts off the floor. Lengthen through the spine and lower the hips back down. Okay, let's bring the toes together, hands on one knee each. Let's draw circles. So keep your toes together and just circle your knees with your hands. Now let's circle them back the other way. So you're pushing them away and circling back. That's it, lovely. Push away and circle back. Okay, lovely. So let's lift those legs up, just hands behind the legs. Just get some blood flow back to the heart. You can lower your hands down by your sides. Make sure your shoulder blades are flat. So draw your shoulders down and just pressure your arms a little bit down, elbows down too. Just lift the back up slightly to flatten the shoulder blades. Chin slightly tucked in, back of neck lengthened. And let's rotate our ankles so we can get the blood flow down to the heart. Back around the other way. Now let's bring the knees wide and hold the shins or the ankles. Draw the knees away, shoulders towards the hips, tummy firm. Let's pause here just for a few breaths. And then lower your feet down to the floor. And just press your elbows in the floor, lift the back up, hug shoulder blades together, flatten the back down. Left hand on heart center, right hand on belly. Lift your head up, tuck the chin in, lengthen through the back of the neck and place your head down comfortably. Now if the butterfly pose is not comfortable for you, bring your feet as wide as the mat and drop your knees inwards. And let's pause here for several breaths. Now, if you're ready, just extend your legs. Bring your arms to your sides. Keep those shoulder blades flat on the floor. Bring your thumb and index finger together in the hand gesture mudra of individual consciousness, creativity, and knowledge. Just rock your feet outwards. Let the thighs relax. Breathe down to the belly. Now you can turn the video off and enjoy relaxation for several minutes or as long as you like. Then turn the video back on and join me to finish. Otherwise, just finish with me now. Moving your fingers and toes, breathe down to your belly. Walk your feet to the end position and roll to your side. Lift up to a seated position. We're going to try and sit on our sit bones. Draw the tummy in, lift the rib cage up and relax the shoulders down. Just drop your chin slightly. Now we're going into another hand gesture mudra. So let's place our left hand like a cup just in front of our navel, and then the right hand on top. Shoulders relax down, and then thumbs, let's bring the thumbs together. Relax the arms onto the legs and pause. Now this is a lovely hand gesture or mudra that's going to encourage our meditation and concentration. So let's just pause here for several breaths. Let's bring our hands down to the floor and take a deep breath in. Lift the arms above the head in prayer and breathe out, thumbs down to heart center. Let's take 3 deep breaths to energize the body as we finish with our last hand gesture mudra in prayer. Breathe into the belly, rib cage, shoulders and back, and breathe out slowly. And again, breathe into the belly, ribs, shoulders and back, and breathe out slowly. Take one more deep breath at your own pace. And have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind and a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, and if you like this video, please press like and subscribe to my channel. You can also make a comment. Come and join me again.